Folks, the tent set up behind me here is the Black Wolf Turbo Lite Twin 300. It's a 3-room tent that's super livable for families, and I'm going to take you for a walkthrough. Let's get rolling.
Hit it.
G'day folks, it's Ben from Snowy's here in the Brownhill Creek Tourist Park in Adelaide's eastern suburbs. It is a nice, quiet little stopover if you're passing through Adelaide and want somewhere to park your van or set up your tent. I've set up the Black Wolf Turbo Twin 300 Lite tent behind me here. I'm going to take you for a walkthrough. And this is a great 3-room tent, awesome for family camping, also good for 4-wheel drive touring, probably getting a little bit bulky though at 34 kilos. When it's packed up, measures about 145 centimeters in length by about 35 by 35. I'll start by talking to you about the fabrics that the tent's made of. Now the fly sheet of the Turbo Lite Twin 300 is 150 denier ripstop polyester with a 2000mm waterhead. The inner of the tent, same fabric, 150 denier ripstop polyester, and the fly and doorways, this is a double door on each side here. This is a fine mesh, it's going to give you good insect protection. The windows at each end, also that fine mesh. Moving to the floor, a 500 denier polyester with a 5000mm waterhead. And last of all, the frame is a 23mm aluminium tube. There's alloy components, alloy knuckles here, and it's a nylon or a plastic hub at the top there where it all meets. Now while I'm standing under the awning here, I'll talk about how big this is and the features. Now this is about 1.8 meters out from the tent and about 2.5 meters wide between each upright pole on the sides there. And in terms of height, I'm 185 centimeters, so I've got a good 190 to 2 meters of clearance in the center of the tent here, and at each side probably down at around about 160 170 centimeters that I need to duck under. Around the edges of the tent there's zippers and velcro. These are all here to be able to attach accessories to this awning here, side walls and front panels, so you can actually enclose this as another room for your tent. There's also screen rooms and various accessories you can get to fit in underneath here. Moving around to the side of the tent here, now there's a window on each side of the Turbo Twin tents here. Now this is mirrored at the other end, and these can be set up in one of 3 ways. Firstly, zipped closed completely like this for full weather protection. The second way is to undo the first zip that features under here, and that exposes a little gusset underneath. We use the extra guy ropes that came with our kit and a few pegs, and we can peg this out as a ventilated awning over our window here, so that allows breeze through the tent while keeping the rain out and manages condensation really well. Alternatively, if it's really fine weather, we undo the second zip under here. You can roll this up completely and keep it right up and out the way so that we've got full ventilation through the tent but no weather protection. The last thing I want to show you on the Turbo Twin tent is at the rear here. Now, there's actually a second entrance to the tent here, and this can also be set up as an awning. As it is at the moment, it allows a bit of weather protected storage up underneath here. There's zips that run up each side here. We've also got brass eyelets in the corners. So that allows us to open this. We could just undo one zip to allow access to the tent through the rear if we like. If we undo both zips, get the extra awning poles that are included in guy ropes, we can actually set this up as a weather protected awning at the rear of the tent here. And that leads through to a second doorway inside the tent here. This has also got both mesh and solid panels on it. It's pretty much all the features on the outside. I want to step on the inside of the tent. I'm going to go in through the front door for that and show you all the features in there. And stepping inside the tent here, I'm 185 centimeters. So in the center of the tent here, my head is just below the center. So about 190 centimeters at the peak. As soon as I step to the side, I do need to sort of hunch over a little bit. So reasonable amount of head space. And starting with the features at the top of the tent here, there's 2 roof vents that feature each side here. Now these can be zipped open, and this fabric can be rolled up and secured with these little tabs here. And that's going to allow warm air to escape out the tent and reduce the chance of condensation happening inside, or zipped closed if you really do need to trap the warmth in. Around the top of the tent here, now this is all reasonably weatherproof without the fly on. If you want full weather protection, use the fly, but these critical seams here are all seam sealed, so you're not going to get water seep in through these in a light shower if you're just using the inner tent. At the very peak here, there's a plastic lantern hook here that features above this plastic fabric loop here. That's used to collapse the tent down, so don't hang anything too heavy on that, the tent's going to fall on your head. But this lantern hook can be used with 2 lots of tabs and power access points that run down both ways from the center here. So this down here is mirrored opposite side of the tent there. There's Velcro tabs that we can use to secure a cord, and a little zippered power access point in the corner here, so we can put a cord out there to our 240 volt power or to our vehicle, so we can power lights or fans or whatever we want inside the tent. Moving into one of the bedrooms or the sides of the tent here. Now this is mirrored at the other end of the tent. It's all the same features. So we've got a window at the end here, which we could have set up as a gusseted window for ventilation if we like. Above that is another little lantern hook to secure a lantern or light just for the bedroom at this end of the tent. The other feature in here is down the side here, there's a little organizer pocket. Now there's 4 panels or 4 pockets here, so you can keep your necessities at hand at night. Now I just want to show you the space inside the tent here. Now the floor plans say that central area is 300 centimeters by 300 centimeters, and these end rooms are 180 in depth. By my measurements, that's about 295 by 295, and this from where the pole finishes to the end is about 170, but you can fit an airbed that's longer than that in here. So I figured the best way to show you was just to stick airbeds in here. So these airbeds are about 190 centimeters in length and about 1 meter in width. So in terms of fitting them this way, we've got space down the middle for some storage and plenty of room for 2 beds in here. This is fitting snugly against this end wall here and finishes roughly where this curtain hangs, because it hangs just inside that central space there. So there is a good amount of room for 2 single airbeds in the end here. At the other end of the tent here, I've got a larger airbed. This is a double high queen airbed. Now this is 2 meters in length and 190 centimeters in width. We could fit it the other way around, but it is going to push on the central curtain here, and your head's going to be very sort of jammed up against that angled wall there. But fitting it across this way, it does fit in the end room here. Then at the end of the bed here, you've got a good 60 centimeters of space for storage, so plenty of living room at each end here. Now, each of these rooms can be zipped closed with these privacy screens. They feature on each side or each end of the tent, and they zip closed across the top and down the center. They don't seal at the bottom though, but this allows us to create private spaces inside the tent, so you can maybe put the kids to bed a bit earlier while you sit up and still enjoy a board game or something. But if we zip this up here now, we can see that it gives us plenty of space. So that's now sitting sort of just up against where the airbed finishes there, and we've still got plenty of space in the center of the tent here. That is a tour of the Turbo Lite Twin 300 tent from Black Wolf. It is an awesome family camping tent with a quick pitch feature, but it is kind of bulky, so you will need a roof rack or a trailer to transport it in. You can grab them online at snowies.com.au at our lowest prices every day. If you've got any questions, let us know down in the comments below. If you want more videos like that, subscribe to our channel and we'll send you all the latest and greatest information. Or if you want to check out some other turbo tents, try some of these ones down here.